In this video, I'm going to talk about creating a simple graph in Excel from some data. Also, please subscribe if these easy how-to videos help you, and let's get into it. So this is how the finished product is going to look like. Excel offers us so many different ways to look at data, and I'm going to walk through a few examples, and then I'm going to show you how to get a graph that looks exactly like this. So I'm going to start with some data here in tab 2. In column A, I have 10 tech devices that I'm selling, and then from columns B through F, it's showing me how many of those products I sold in every month. To start, I'm going to highlight the entire table, and I'm going to select Alt and F1. And this is going to quickly create a bar graph for me. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so it's easier to analyze. So far, what the graph is doing is at the bottom, it's listed off each of those products, and then each product has 5 bars associated with it. Each bar represents a month, and you can quickly take a peek here and understand what the graph is trying to tell you. For example, for my first category, smartwatch, the tallest bar is red, and at the bottom you can see how red stands for February. So I can conclude that smartwatches were most popular in the month of February. The smallest bar for smartwatch was light blue, which stands for May, and this means that May had the least amount of sales when it came to smartwatches. This could be exactly what you're looking for, so if that's the case, then you don't have to change too much on the graph, but you do have the option to alter this graph in any way that you like. With the graph selected, you can go up into Chart Design, or it just might be called Design, and then hit the Switch Row and Column button. And now it flipped the data that we were looking at. Now the horizontal axis on the bottom is showing us the 5 months that we have, and each month has 10 bars for the 10 products that I'm selling. The second bar here is the Bluetooth speaker, which almost looks like a light red. And if you track that light red across the 5 months, we can see how it wasn't doing too well in January and February. And then that product starts to get pretty popular around March, and then it peaks in April with the highest amount of sales that month. So this is just a slightly different way to look at that same information. If you want to change how the graph physically looks, you can go up into Chart Design, and then here you have a bunch of different chart styles to pick from. You can simply hover over some of them, and it's going to show you how it would look if you were to pick that style. There's a few different ones to pick from, so I'm going to go with this one. Also on the Chart Design tab on the left, there's a drop down for quick layout. And in here, you have some presets if you want to change the layout of the graph. Sometimes I go with layout 5 just because it combines both the chart and the data underneath it, but sometimes it can look a little bit messy. But feel free to go in here and hover around and see if any one of these looks good to you. So I'm going to go with layout 9. And you can see how in this layout, it moved the legend from underneath the graph to the right side of it. We still don't have a title, so I'm going to double click the title, and I'm going to write tech sales. I also don't want the axis here on the left, so I'm going to select it and hit delete, and then same thing down here, hit delete. Now, if you don't like how this chart looks, you still have the freedom of completely changing how it's displayed. With the chart selected, go to the Design tab, and then click Change Chart Type. Here, it's going to give you all different types of options of how the graph could look. I'm going to go up into Recommended Charts, and I'm going to select Stacked Bar Chart, and I'm going to hit OK. And now you can see how the look of the graph is completely different. On the left, I've got all 10 of my products, and each bar has 5 colors, and it's showing us how each of the 5 months contributed to the total sales for the vacuum cleaner and the camera and everything else. This graph is really nice to see which product had a good month and which product had a bad month. Similarly, you could select Switch Rows and Columns, and it's going to flip it, and now it's going to show which tech product contributed the most to each month. I'm going to select this plus on the top right, and I'm going to turn on Data Labels, and it's going to put a numerical value on my graph for each one of these. And then I'm going to go up into Chart Design, and I'm going to go with Style 2. So I'm really happy with how this looks, so I'm going to go with this. And there you have it. So that wraps up my video. If this helped you, then please do subscribe and be on the lookout for more Excel how-to videos. I'm hoping to help as many people as I can become data experts in Excel in the most easy to understand way possible. So that's it for today, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.